Hello and welcome to Katharine's Creatures. This is a series where we're going to talk a little bit about and touch base upon various mythological beings and the like pulled from lore worldwide. And I always like to preface by saying I am not a linguist, so if I mispronounce anything, I do apologize in advance. And today I want to talk about the vermilion bird. And essentially the vermilion bird is one of the four symbols that kind of represents certain Chinese constellations. They're represented in the Taoist belief system as the fire element. They also are symbolic for the direction of south and the season of summer. And so that's why one of the other longer names for the vermilion bird is the vermilion bird of the south. And this particular bird is described as this pheasant-like avian that has fire-colored plumage and is kind of perpetually covered in flames. There are alternative names for this kind of bird in various other countries. Japan calls it the Suzaku. In Korea, it's Jujak. And Vietnamese, Tước, and again, hopefully I have any of these pronunciations even close. I'll put them down below so you can look at them yourselves though. And beyond that, it's often mistaken because there is another bird of Chinese beliefs that has a similar look to it. And I'm pretty sure I've talked about this one before, but this is Fang Huang, and essentially that bird is another kind of, again, reddish-hued avian that pops up, except Fang Huang is supposed to be a bird that's representative of the Chinese empress, just like the dragon is a symbol of the Chinese emperor, and it does not have anything to do with the constellations and thereabout. But the vermilion bird, when you look at the stars, there are four other creatures that it kind of is associated with, and they all have various what they call quote-unquote mansions, 7 each, that are particular stars where they're supposed to move around and I guess live in, depending on the positioning of them in the sky. So if you're interested in more of these kind of astrological aspects of these Chinese belief systems, you might want to look more into the vermilion bird. As far as its behavior and what I could discern, it's supposed to be very selective where it roosts and what it eats, but there's not much talked about it because, again, it's more of a symbol than supposedly a creature, a living, breathing creature of myth, as best I understood. Now, this bird has crept into a variety of pop culture, from things like Final Fantasy to Beyblade and the like. So it is kind of neat to see a variety of, again, these concepts from myths and lore and world beliefs that come into fantasy and inspire lore and pop culture today. So if you have any questions about this, post them in the comments below or reach out to me on any of my other social media. Until next time, Skull.